right triangle trig examples. Okay, you saw the foldable, you saw what those relationships are, the trig ratios, and now we're just going to do some examples so you kind of know what's going on in the problems. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to write out good old SOHCAHTOA, or however you want to recall that. I use some old hippie came around here, tripping on acid. Sometimes that makes more sense to people. But you still have your sine, your cosine, and your tangent. And then the reciprocal properties. Okay? So first of all, you'll be asked to find all 6 functions of the triangle. Well, notice I don't know what the hypotenuse is. So I'm going to use good old Pythagorean theorem to do that. Okay? So 3 squared plus 5 squared equals c squared. Well, that's 9 plus 25. That gives me 34. Well, to get c, then I have to take the square root of 34. So yes, I'm going to have a radical to work with here. So sine is the opposite. Okay, with theta, you might label opposite and adjacent if you're having issues there. So my opposite side then is a 5 over the hypotenuse, which is square root of 34. You cannot leave a radical in the denominator, so I'm going to rationalize this, and I get 5 square root of 34 over 30. There's my sine. Now, cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So again, I have to rationalize. That's going to give me 3 square roots of 34 over 34. Okay, so this is my cosine. This is sine. Okay, tangent, opposite over adjacent. So my tangent is 5 over 3. That is opposite over adjacent. That's easy. Now we do the reciprocal properties. Now, one trick to this, when you have to rationalize, let's think about this. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, right? These are connected. So when I need to flip this over, if I flip this over as it is right now, I have another radical on the bottom and I have to rationalize again. So what I would say is go back to your work when you first did sine, before you rationalize. Look at this right here. If I flip that over, I get the square root of 34 over 5. I don't have to rationalize that. It's done. So anytime there's a radical in your sine or cosine, go back to before you rationalized it when you flip it to get your secant or cosecant. All right, secant, remember, connects with cosecant, or secant connects with cosine, sorry. Again, I go back to right before I rationalized it right here, 3 over square root of 34, flip that, and I get square root of 34 over 3. That's my secant. Cotangent, tangent, these go together, easy peasy. Just flip it over, 3 over 5. This one turned out easy. Some rationalizing needed, not a big deal. Next example, find all 6 trig functions of the triangle. Notice there's nothing given on the triangle, they're just giving you the tangent. Okay, so you have to remember that tangent is opposite over adjacent. So if this is my theta, my opposite side is a 4, my adjacent side is a 9. Again, I have to use Pythagorean theorem to find my hypotenuse. Okay, so 16 plus 81 equals c squared. So that's 797. Okay, so square root of 97 is my c. That's an ugly number. Just leave it as it is. It doesn't simplify. So I know what tangent is. I can fill in this already. 4/9. All right, that means cotangent is the flip, right? 9 over 4. Now let's do the sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So my opposite side is 4 over the square root of 97. Rationalize this. I'm going to get 4 square roots of 97 over 97. Now what's the reciprocal of sine? Cosecant. So I'm going to go back to before I rationalize it right here and flip it. Square root of 97 over 4. Cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. My adjacent side is 9 over square root of 97. Rationalize it. I get 9 square roots of 97 over 97. I can't reduce. I'm okay. Cosine and secant are reciprocals of one another. So I'm going to go back to before I rationalized it and flip it right there. Now I don't have to re-rationalize. Okay, so now I have my 6 trig functions. All right, for the whisk, I want you to work this one out. find the other trig functions of the triangle. You've been given tangent. Just remember, start with this. The tangent is your opposite over adjacent sides. Knowing that, you can find the rest of the functions. Okay, good luck, and see you in class.